Hello, everyone. Have you heard about the Gary Stein and Stevens Show, an amazing podcast with sports stars, entertainment celebrities, and other great guests? Somebody, one host who has no legs, one host who lives in Duluth, Minnesota, and another host in Minnesota who can never be found. These guys get amazing guests and topics that no other show can provide, exclusively on your home TV and now the Roku app. That's the Gary Stein and Stevens Show. Check us out, America.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to a special preseason edition of the Gary Stein and Stevens Show. I'm Dave Stevens, and I am here in Houston outside of Reliant Stadium, but there's a problem. Troy said, hey, Dave, let's go to a Texans preseason game. However, I'm here in Houston, and Troy and Will are at the Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. I guess I mixed up where the Texans were playing, but let's throw it out to Troy and Will where they're enjoying themselves at the Pro Football Hall of Fame induction weekend.
Troy Gary here, the Gary Stein and Stevens Show. We are back on the road in Canton, Ohio, site of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and football is back. I've missed football since February, so I'm sure I'm not the only one that welcomes it back. Tonight we have the Houston Texans versus the Chicago Bears. The Bears actually have three Hall of Famers with Julius Pepper, Devin Hester, and Steve McMichael. Julius Pepper played for the Bears for a couple years at the end of his career, so they're going to be enshrined, as well as Randy Gradshire, Dwight Freeney, and we're going to have a great weekend. So me and Will will provide coverage, and Jeff throughout the week for you. We're going to take a look at the Pro Football Hall of Fame and some of the history. So let's go. As you can see, there's a lot of great history in here. We're going to give you a tour or a sneak peek or behind the scenes of some of the things you can expect here if you ever come and visit. Speaking of Minnesota Vikings, one of our very own, Bud Grant, was inducted in 1994, and along with Tony Dorsett, Jimmy Johnson, Leroy Kelly, and Randy White, as well as Jackie Smith. Here are some of the jerseys. Will, would you pan on to the next one? Class of 99, Eric Dickerson, Tom Mack, Ozzie Newsome, Billy Shaw, Lawrence Taylor, and some of the artifacts that they donated to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Class of 2004, another Minnesota Viking, Carl Eller, who we'll see on Saturday. He comes back every year. John Elway, the great Barry Sanders, and Bob Brown. And the class of 2014, this was a great class with Derek Brooks, Ray Guy, Claude Humphrey, Walter Jones, Andre Reed, Michael Strahan, and Neas Williams. So we're going to keep showing you various things throughout the Hall of Fame here in the museum. Just stand with us, and we'll have more videos to come.
So we're at the Sunday Night Football booth. As you can see here, we got Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth, and Melissa Stark to the left. Sunday Night Football has had a lot of great history, from John Madden and Al Michaels when it first was on NBC to now these guys here. Starting with this Sunday Night Football, I Can't Wait Till Sunday Night, performed by Faith Hill, Carrie Underwood, among many other artists. We got a couple artifacts here from past Sunday Night Football games, including the 100th anniversary football. There's the coldest game between the Minnesota Vikings and the Seattle Seahawks, where Miss Blair Walsh missed the 27-yard field goal wide left.
And we're going to walk through the 2024 class. First up, Patrick Willis, linebacker for the San Francisco 49ers. As you can see here, some of his artifacts, jerseys, helmets, shoulder pads, and cleats. In 2011, Patrick anchored the 49ers defense that set an NFL record by not allowing a rushing touchdown until the last week of the season. He was a premier linebacker from 2007 to 2014, and one of the very few that retired early and is still made here in Canton. So he's the first one we're going to see on Saturday. And as we go down the line here, we have Julius Peppers. He's one of those guys that played for the Panthers and the Bears, so he's one of the three that we're going to talk about. 150 career sacks with the Carolina Panthers. This was his jersey from that day. Also, he also played for we don't talk about him, the Green Bay Packers. So the jersey below is from his days with the Green Bay Packers. So he's one of the very few Hall of Famers that played for the Packers and the Bears in NFC North. As we going down, we got Steve McMichael. Now, the McMichael family has come near and dear to my heart. They've reached out to me. I've known them for a while. And while Steve is battling ALS and cannot make it, his wife Misty will be here to present him and accept his bust on his behalf. Great defensive tackle, very underrated for the Chicago Bears in the 1985 defense. He took on double teams, so Dan Hampton, Michael Singletary, the whole 9 yards could get to the quarterback. But he still had 95 sacks, so it's pretty remarkable. His time is finally here. Long overdue, in my opinion, but he's going to be enshrined in immortality here in Canton. When we come back, Will Stein will talk to you about the rest of the Hall of Famers. Keep watching the Gary Stein and Stevens Show. Back after this commercial break.
Serendipity Yacht Cruises and Events wants you to come party with us. We're bringing the fun to the Houston Bay Area. Stay tuned for all of our incredible events throughout the year, featuring amazing food and drinks, live entertainment, special guests, and so much more. Fun, new, different. Serendipity Yacht Cruises and Events is where you want to be. So come party with us. It's more than a yacht. It's serendipity.
I'm Matthew.
I'm Melissa, and together we started Fresh Clean Threads.
For most of my life, I've worn a black t-shirt, and most were either too short, too baggy, or weren't consistent. Like most guys with a problem, I turned to my wife for help.
From our San Diego condo, using my years of apparel experience, we set out to make the world's best fitting t-shirt.
Since day one, our Fresh Clean tees were made to offer a flattering fit for all body types, be ridiculously soft and comfortable, and not break the bank.
And more than 1 million customers later, we still make every t-shirt with the same attention to detail as when we first started.
And what we've learned from selling so many t-shirts to people around the world is that while the perfect fit and feel are the starting point,
it all comes down to feeling confident and empowered to live each day fearlessly fresh.
Unleash your confidence at freshcleanthreads.com.
Welcome back to the Gary Stein and Stevens Show. This is Will Stein. As you can see here, we got Andre Johnson, the first ever Houston Texan enshrined in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Here's a few of his artifacts from his playing days. An impressive wide receiver coming out of the University of Miami 2001 NFL draft class, which included Bryant McKinney, Ed Reed, Andre, and a few others. Andre is one of the better known receivers in the history of the Houston Texans, and we look forward to seeing him in Canton this week and honoring him as the first member of the Houston Texans Hall of Fame. Next, we got Devin Hester from the Chicago Bears. He's been known for one of the best punt returners, kick returners in the history of the National Football League. I know he torched my Minnesota Vikings many times on Monday Night Football. There's artifacts here. NFL most returns in NFL history, and we look forward to enshrining him in Canton, Ohio, as a member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So congratulations to Devin Hester as well. So now we got Randy Gradisher, who is a member of the Denver Broncos. He wore this jersey during his 10-year career with the Denver Broncos, the old school orange. Went to a couple of Super Bowls. Led the Broncos in tackles 9 consecutive seasons from 1975 to 1983, and was named AP Defensive Player of the Year in 1978. And next, we got Dwight Freeney from the Indianapolis Colts. Dwight Freeney was really well known in his time. He was a first-round draft pick with the 11th overall pick in the 2002 NFL Draft to the Indianapolis Colts. Dwight Freeney signed a one-day contract to retire an Indianapolis Colt on April 19, 2018. He's been a disruption for his career during his time in Indianapolis, playing for some brilliant defenses called by fellow Hall of Fame coach Tony Dungy during his time in Indianapolis.
We're back in the bust room. This is a remarkable area to see all the Hall of Famers in their busts in the last 10 years. We're going to start in 2015. Will Shields, great guy, I met him. Junior Seau, rest in peace. We also have Jerome Bettis, Mick Tingelhoff, former Minnesota Vikings, Bill Polian. We can go on and on here. We're going to give you behind the scenes here and let you look at some of the busts. Will, pan over there, please. Start walking down. Thank you. We got Brett Favre, Kevin Green, another guy that died too soon. Rest in peace. Marvin Harrison, his son just got drafted by the Arizona Cardinals. We're going to keep going here. Morton Anderson, he's always here. Look forward to seeing him. Terrell Davis, Jason Taylor, Jerry Jones. All these guys should be here this weekend, so it's going to be fun to provide interviews and pictures and commentary from all these guys. So as we keep going on here, all these guys, they're going to be in football immortality forever, even after they pass away. So really cool to see all these fun busts that are in this room. Will, who else you got?
The inaugural class of 2020 to celebrate the 100th year anniversary. There was 20 members in the 2020 NFL draft, in the NFL class of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, as we see here in front of us.
Okay, as we keep going down, Will. 2021 COVID year, they didn't have the Hall of Fame in person, but Calvin Johnson, Charles Woodson, Drew Pearson, Cliff Branch, Leroy Butler, who we've talked to before, Peyton Manning, biggest forehead in the NFL, great guy. Omaha, yeah, John Lynch. As we keep going down, 2022, Tony Baselli, we had a chance to talk to him, and they're in his Hall of Fame year. Also, Will had a chance to talk to Dick Vermeil and Richard Seymour that year. So, just you guys need to get here if you haven't been here already. Hall of Fame's open 360 days of the year, not just for Canton. A lot of great guys. Last year, Darrell Revis, Joe Thomas, DeMarcus Ware. Darrell Revis invited me to his party, so that was cool to see him get honored. And Joe Thomas, Wisconsin guy. So, like I said, a lot of great history in here, the last over 150 years of football. So, make sure you come on down and check this out sometime for at least once in your life. Great experience. Back to you, Dave.
Well, thanks for the tour, you guys. It looked really awesome, and I'm really excited to see who goes into next year's class. I'll try not to screw up my locations next year for the Hall of Fame, but no, actually, I'm here at the Abilities Expo. I get to host it this weekend, 3-day amazing event. You know, it showcases some of the greatest technologies and things that people with disabilities can use, and I'm always excited to be a part of it. So, for Will, for Troy, and for me here in Houston, I'm Dave Stevens. Thanks for watching the Gary Stein and Stevens Show. Don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms, and you can watch us on Your Home TV. And if you got the Roku app, download Your Home TV and watch all of our shows on that. So, we'll see you later. See ya from Texas.
Thank you for tuning in to the Gary Stein and Stevens Show. Follow us on social media, watch us on yourhometv.com, or now we're on Roku. Download it and watch us. And thanks for tuning in. Until next time, America.
certified by the state of Illinois.